Today's daf is Masechta Sota Daf Yud Beis. So we are at the bottom of Yud Aleph Amid Beis. On the bottom where the Gemara says V'Kalev ben Chetzrein. So the Gemara is going to discuss these pesukim that it says that Kalev married Miriam. So it says in Divrei Yomim Aleph Perak Beis Pasuk Yud Ches V'Kalev ben Chetzrein Hoyled is Hazuva Isha Ves Yiriyos Ve'ela Bana. These are our children Yesher V'Shoiva Va'arda. In fact, the Gemara was Kalev ben Chetzra, and L'chor was Kalev ben Yefuna that married Miriam. Like it says in the Paragigim Pasuk Vav. Clearly, Zok the Gemara that no, Taka was ben Chetzra, and it was called ben Yefuna because he was being Shapana Me'atas Meraglim. He steered himself away from the Meraglim, he separated himself from them. In fact, the more of Akati, L'cher is Shver because Ben Kanazu, L'cher was called Ben Kanaz. The Chesivit says in Yeshua Parak Tezvav Pasuk Zayin, V'yokada Asnil Ben Kanaz Achi Kalev. So it's mashma that his father was Kanaz, not Yefuna. Zok the Gemara, Omar Rava, he was Ben Chetzroin, and he was the brother of Asnil. However, he was not the brother of Asnil from his father, rather he was the son of his wife, his father's wife, the Kanaz Hava. So it was the son of the wife of Kanaz. Zok the Gemara, Daikanami, I'll bring you a raya that it was not Kalev ben Kanaz. Tichsiv, because it says in the pasuk Kalev ben Yefuna in Yeshua Parak Dal pasuk Vav, Kalev ben Yefuna haknizi, and it does not say ben Kanaz. Why? Because Ben Kanaz did not have a son. Shema me know that Kalev was not Ben Kanaz, rather he was Ben Chetzroin. So it was Ben Ishta the Kanaz, but Kanaz was not Kalev's father, Chetzroin was Kalev's father. And this that it says that Kalev Hoyled is Azuva. Zu Miriam Zok Gemara Azuva, why was Miriam called Azuva? Shakala Azavu Mitchilasa. Because nobody wanted to marry her because she was sick. She was a chayla. Only Kalev agreed to marry her. In fact, the Gemara, why does it say the Kalev Hoyled is Azuva? Why did he marry her? Like Mintzav Avanasa Lechar, he married her. It wasn't his child. He did not give birth to her. Anybody that marries a woman Shem Shemayim, because he married her even though she was a chayla, because why? Because he was baidik in her brothers Aaron and Moshe, and he saw they were tzaddikim, and he wanted to only marry her so he could have sons that would be doim la'achia aim, and they would also be tzaddikim. So therefore, ma'ila v'akasev ki'ilu yalada. Zok the Gemara weiter. The es Yiriyos, it says that Yiriyos. So what does it mean Yiriyos? It's also referring to Miriam. She was called Yiriyos shaypanah daimin li Yiriyos. Her face was daima to Yiriyos, and her face turned like green because she was sick. This said it says ve'ela baneh yesher v'shoy va'ardain. Zok the Gemara al tikrei baneha. Don't say that they were her children. Ela boineha was her husband. Her husband built her with nisuin and children like other women, and it was the names of her husband. He was called Kalev was called Yesher because he was Yesher's Atzmai, because he straightened himself and went away from the Atzis Meragalim. Shoiva, he was called Shoiva, Sheshiba Yitzhar, because he rebelled in his Yitzhar. He didn't go after it. But Ardain, Sharada is Yitzhar, because he controlled his Yitzhar not to be tired in the Atzis Meragalim. Ve'ikad Amri, some say it was called Ardain, al Shahir Panea Daim Levera, because her face was Daima to a rose. Zok the Gemara weiter. It says in Divrei Yomim Aleph Parak Dal Pasuk Hey La Ashchur Avi Sekaya Ho Yishtei Nashim. Ashchur, the father of Sekaya, had two wives, Chela Venara. Zok the Gemara, Ashchur is Kalev. V'lamed Shmai Ashchur. Why is it called Ashchur? Shehoshchu Pana B'Tainius. He's mekabel himself tinius in order not to be nichshah on atzis meraglim. And this is what it says, Avi Shanasa Laka Av. He became like a father to Miriam. It's asking her food and her mezonis, that whatever chayla needs. This is what it says, Takayash Takas Liba Lavish Hashemayim. He set his heart to be loyal to Avish Bashamayim, and did not go after atzis meraglim. Hayushtei Nashim. L'chayr only had one. Zok the Gemara, Nasa Miriam Gishtei Nashim. And Miriam became like two wives, and she was called Chela V'Nara. However, Loi Chela V'Nara Havi, there was not the names of his wife, Ella Batchila Chela. First she was Chela, she was sick, which is what it means really. Oh, but Saif Nara, and then she became more youthful when her face turned back to look like a youthful look. So then she was called. It's referring to her calling her Nara. So the Gemara, it says the Gemara says that those were not her kids. Rather, when she became healthy, so she was called Tzeres Tzayar and Esnan. The Gemara, Tzeres means people were jealous of her looks. Tzayar, she was called Tzayar. She looked fresh like the morning. Esnan, she was called Esnan. Whoever saw her was misava to the Mishka with her. Okay, Zok the Gemara weiter. The Gemara goes back to the Ya'ur in the Gezeres Par. It says in Shmois, Parak Aleph Pasuk Chavbeis, Vaytzav Par L'chol Amai. He commanded all his people to say, Kol Abein Hayiloid Hayori Tashlechu, throw him in the Ya'ur. Amir B'Yos B'Chanina. Af Al Amai Gazar. Even on his own nation, Par was Gazar to throw the boys into the Arba. Amir B'Yos B'Chanina. Shalosh Gezeres Gazar Par B'Tchila. First he goes to 3 Gezeres on the Mialdis. He said, in Bein Hu V'Amita Noiseh, if it's the son, then kill them. So first he said, he told the Mialdis to do it. And then al-Basayf, he's gozer on his own people. He said, he said, anyone that's born, even from his own people, should be thrown, should be killed. Basayf afal ame gozer. Well, he said, should be thrown into Yar. Basayf afal ame gozer. And the Gezeru continued until his people that looked in the stars, they realized that the Mashiach Yisrael was going to be mushlach in the Ya'ar. That's what they saw. Zok the Gemara, it says in Shmois Parak Beis Pasuk Aleph, V'yelech ishim beis Levi, Yikach es bas Levi. Fact the Gemara, Lahechan halach. Where did this person go? It says V'yelech ishim beis Levi. So the Gemara, Amar Yehuda bar Zvina, Shahalach batzas bita. He went with the eighth of his daughter. Zok the Gemara, the Gemara is going to bring a brayso to explain this. Tana, Amram Gadol Adar Haya. Amram was a Gadol Adar, and everybody would listen to what he had to say. But came Sharash, Amar Pari, Rasha Kol Abena Yilad Hayori Tashalchu. Once he saw that Pari said Kol Abena Yilad should be thrown into the Ar, Amar La Shavano Anu Amelim. He said, we're wasting our time trying to have banim. So therefore, Amar Vegerish Ishtay, he divorced his wife. And when Bnei Yisrael saw that the Gadol Adar was doing this, divorced his wife, Amdu Kulam V'Gershus, and she's saying everybody divorced their wives. Amrulai. So Miriam, his daughter, told him, Amrulai Bite Abba, Kashik Zerascha Yosim Shapar, your Gezer is hard on Par, Shapar goes al Scharm. Par only goes on Scharm to kill him, but Ata Gezart al Scharm al Nakabis, because since they divorced their wives, you're being Gezer that nobody can have any children anymore. Also, he said, she told her father, Par Legazar Ela Boilam Hazeh, only to kill them Oilam Hazeh, that they get born and they die. But they go to Olam Haba. However, you're making that nobody should get born. Nobody's going to even go to Olam Haba. You're making nobody's going to have any children. Nobody's going to Olam Haba. Also, she told her father, Pari Rasha Suffolk Miskamis Gzera Suffolk and Miskis. It's a Suffolk. If it's Miskayim Gzera, maybe you won't get caught. However, Ata Tzadek Vade Shigaras Miskamis. So you make a Gzera, everybody should get divorced, and for sure your Gzera is going to be Miskayim. Shenamar, it says in Eve Parak Chav Beis Pasuk Chav Ches, the Sigzar Omer V'Yakam Lach. And Amr was makabel words, and therefore Amar v'hechzer ishtay, he took back. It says that he took back his wife, and since everybody saw that, Amdu kulam v'hechzer ishtay, everybody went ahead and remarried the wives that they divorced, and that's what it says. Vayelach, the pasuk says Vayelach ishmi beis Levi, that he went after the eighth of his daughter and he remarried his wife. That's what Amram did. Zok the Gemara, Vayikach Bas Levi. Fact the Gemara, V'yachzar B'Yalei. Chayr to say V'yachzar because he's Machzer Grushas, he's Machzer's wife. He didn't take her the first time. So the Gemara, Amar Yehuda bar Zavina, Vayikach means Shasal Ma'aseh L'Kuchen. That he did a Ma'aseh L'Kuchen as if it was his first time he was taking his wife. He did by a Peryan. They did a Kedusha and Chuppah. They did like a Chuppah with nice chuppah with sheets hanging and gold talesim. The Aaron and Miriam raktam fanel. Malachah Sharas Amru. Eim Abadim Semecha. Zok the Gemara. Vayikach Bas Levi. It said that he took Bas Levi. In fact, the Gemara. Efshar Bas Meah Shloishim Shona Havya. Is it possible that Yecheved was 130 Bakar Labas, and the pasuk called her Labas. And Dr. Mara, what's the raya? She was 130. The Amar Reb Chama Reb Chanina says Al-Chayr Shver because of the pasuk specifies the Bnei Yaakov in Bereshis Memvav pasuk Ches. So Al-Chayr there was only 69 nefesh, and the pasuk says that there was 7. So Zakti Gemara that the reason why it's 7 because it's going on. It said the 70th is Yecheved. Shari Rasa Baderech that the pregnancy was on the way to Mitzrayim, but however over Dasa Ben Achaimis, the birth took place inside Mitzrayim. Shenama, how do you know? Because it says by Midra Parak Chavav Pasuk Tet no Tes Yecheved Baslevi Sheyolda Isol Levi B'Mitzrayim. So it's Meduyik that Dafka Yolda Levi Mitzrayim. Dafka Levi Dasa was B'Mitzrayim. Ve'inei Rasa B'Mitzrayim. However, the pregnancy that her mother was pregnant with her was not in Mitzrayim. Tomorrow, Moshe was 80 years old when they went out of Mitzrayim, and they were in Mitzrayim 210 years. So Kamtois, when Moshe was born, Yecheved was 130. Because when they went out of Mitzrayim, Moshe was 80, so minus 80 years before that, so that was 210 minus 80. So that's 130. So Yechev is 130. So for tomorrow, why is it called her Bas? Amar Rabbi Yehuda bar Zavina, she was called Bas, Shanedel Basamane Nairis. Because she was it's different pshatim exactly what it means. It says Shechazal or Kanashim is one pshat, or she looked youthful. Sakti Gemara Baiter. It says in Shmois Parak Beis Pasuk Beis Vatara Isha Vatela Bein. In fact, the Gemara, why does it say that she got pregnant after it says that V'lachai took her for a wife? V'havas me'aber Beit Lasi Yachim Yikara. L'chayr she was already muberes 3 months beforehand, like the Gemara is going to explain later on. So Gemara, Yehuda bar Zavina, that's not coming to say that she got pregnant now. Rather, makash leidasa leherasa. It's going to be makash, the birth to the harayin, to the pregnancy. And my herasa shlebetzar was outsar, so too her leda was outsar. Mikan, it's like the moral lanashim tzkanias, righteous women shaloi hayu piksa. They were not in the gzar din of Chava to have the curse of. It says in Bereshis Parakimah Pasuk Zayin be'etzav tel libanim. Rather, they're nervous without tsar. Nashim tzkanias even b'shas birth, they don't have tzar. Zakti Gemara, it says in the pasuk Vatera Oisik Toivu, they saw it was Toiv. Zakti Gemara, what's Toiv? Tanya or Meir Oimid Toiv Shmai. His name was Shmai. His name was Toiv. Rabbi Yehuda Omer Toiv Shmai. His name was Toiv Yer. Nechemi Omer that she saw Baruch Hakodesh that is Hagan. It was his Hagan Lenavius. Acherim others say Noilik Shemal. Moshe Rabbeinu was Noilik Mal. Cham Oirim. Cham say V'Shasha Noilik Moshe. At the time Moshe was born, his Nispala by his Kuli Or. The whole house got filled with light. Learn out from Gzer Shava. Chsiv HaChatera is Kitayvu. Chsiv Hasam Rabir Sa'or. And Bereshis Parakal Pasuk Dal Vayar Lekim Sa'or Kitayv. Zakti Gemara Baita. It's B'nei Shlosh Yerachim. She hid it for 3 months. Zakti Gemara. The Loi Manu Mitzrayim El Mishad Hadra. The Mitzrayim did not count the 9 months of pregnancy to be baited to see if there was a child. Or rather, they only counted from the time that Amram took Yecheved back. And at that time, she was already pregnant 3 months, so they were 3 months late. So Zakti Gemara, after 3 months, it says, that's they could not, he's already a 3-month-old baby, and they could not hire him anymore. Amai. Zakti Gemara, why did they continue to hide him? Zakti Gemara, anytime the Mitzrayim would hear that there was a baby crying, or they would hear there was a tenik, they would take a Mitzri baby to the air, make the baby cry. This way, the Israeli kid the baby would hear it and it would start crying. And they would cry together because that was a derech that that's a derech when a tenik hears another tenik crying, it starts crying itself. The Chesiv, it says in Shir Hashir Parak Beis Pasuk Tezvav, Echsu lanu shoalim mekatanim mechablim kramim chormenu smada. That a Baskel says to the Mei Yamsuf that it should hold on and it'll sink the small foxes that were damaging in the gardens, meaning that they were going to kill Yali Yisrael when they were still katanim, and that's why they couldn't hide the child anymore, the baby. So it says, "Vatikach le'tevas goyma." You talk tevas goyma. In fact, the Gemara, "My shna goyma." Why did it take a teva of goyma? So it was made of wicker. So Zok the Gemara, "My shna goyma." Why? Amar Belaza mikala tzadikim shem moinam chavan le'yisem guvi. See, the tzadikim, their money was more beloved than their bodies. And it was cheaper. It was cheaper than wood. That's why they did it with wicker. So like more of kol kach lama. Why is our money so beloved? And then fish ain't pushing them a gazel, because they do not. They're very careful with gazel. They're very careful not to steal, so they have to be careful of the money. Shmuel Merchayne Amar, that why did they take? Why did they use a material of goyma? Because it's a davarach. It's soft. And the nature of something that's soft is shiyachalam mifnei davarach umifnei davar kasher. It could withstand the impact of something soft and something hard. I think it's something hard would not withstand something hard. So like the Marva Tachmer Bacheber Vazafas, they smeared the box with clay and with tar. So like the Gemara Tana Chemer B'fneim, had clay inside, the Zephas Mevchutz and tar outside. And why did they have Zephas inside also? That the tzaddik Moshe Rabbeinu should not have to smell a bad smell. So like the more it says right in the pasuk, Vatasim Shmois, Vatasim Basayel, Vatasim Asuf. They put on the edge of the Yaor. So the Shailer of Belazar Omer Yamsuf says it was a Yamsuf, and Shmuel Nachmeni says it was a Agam. It was a place on the side of the Yaor, and they grew over there. Grew like stalks. It was a swamp, and it grew reeds. And how do you see it? You see in the pasuk, it says Yishai Parakitas pasuk vav Kanev Asuf Kamelu. That's what the pasuk says. That the reeds and the willows all should be cut off, as I state in pasuk. Zok the Gemara, it says in Shmos Parak Beis pasuk Hey Vatered Bas Par Lichotz Al Yaor Amar Rabbi Yochanan Shem Ben Yochi Melamid Shiyor Dalurchatz Migalule Aviyah. You see that she went down to wash from the Vaydizar of her father, and it says she was Toyel Hashem Geras V'Chenu Omer. It says in Shayo Parak Dalad pasuk Dalad that Imrachatz Hashem is Soyas B'nai Siyon, and you see that she was washing from the lashon rachatz is the lashon washing off the sins. So like the Gemara, it says in the Hemshech pasuk when I say hochas yadi arm amar yochan ein alicha zu elo misa, that this lashon alicha means is death, because her maidservants were trying to be Meicha and Baspari from saving Moshe, and they died. And it says also that Esav told Yaakov, Hine Enochi Hoilich Lama. So you see, Lashon Hoilich is connected to death. Zok, the Gemara Vayter, it says, Vateris Ateva B'Sech Asaf. As she saw the box inside the water, came the Chazu, since her Shifchai saw it, her maid servant Kabbalah Latzula, she wanted to save Moshe. Amr Lake Vertani, she told her, Menhaga Shal Olam, the normal thing in the world is that Melech Basav Dam Goyze Gezerah. Even if the whole world doesn't keep the Melech Basav Dam's Gezerah, however, and you're over on your father's Gezerah. Bag Gabriel, the Malach Gabriel came, and threw them down to the ground, and they were killed. So it says, she put out her amasa, and she took the box. So the Machloek is like the Gemara. Yehuda Nechem Yachad Amar amasa means yada, her hand, and she stuck out her hand. V'chad Amar, one says amasa means shifchasa. She sent her maidservant to get the box. So the Gemara Mada Amar Yada Manda says means her hand. Dechsev amasa. So you have to say it means her hand. The Manda Amar shifchasa. And Mama say it means her maidservant, like Sev Yada, because it doesn't say Yada, so merely says it means a maidservant. Zakimar Lamanda Amar Shevchasa Ha'amrit Gabriel V'Chavat Makari. Said Gabriel came and already killed all maidservants. What was left? Says Zakimar the Shayar Lecha, they left over one maidservant. The Lav Orch the Basmalka make him Lechuda. It's not the derech of a Basmalka not to have any maidservants to do things herself, so they left over one of them. Correcting Amar Lamanda Amar that Amasa means Yada means her hand, Lichtig Yada. Why did the pasuk Taka say Yada? Hakamashmalan the Shtar Vashtavu. Kamashmalan is coming to tell you that her hand got stretched out. There was an ace and it got long, and she was able to reach it. Amar Yirmiyah says in Megillah Tesvav and Beis that Achashverosh stuck out to Esther the Sharbat Hazav, and there's only 2 amis. There's a nace that it got longer. That it got longer. By the teeth of Igmel Chabashim, this says the Chsiv, it says the Tehillim Paragimel Pasach Shin Risham Shibarta, and Rish Lakish says I'll take Shibarta el Shribavta. Lashon that it got long. And the story was that when he pulled, when Igmel Chabashim pulled out a mountain that was 3 parsois big, and he picked it up on top of his head to throw it on the Yidden. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent worms, and they made holes in the mountains, and his head went into the mountains until his neck. And when he wanted to pick it up and throw it on the Yid, then his teeth grew into the mountain. They were so long, and he could no longer take out his head again. So that's why the pasuk chaps Lashon Amasa to tell you that the same type of nace. Zaktin Gemara, when Bas Pari took the teva, it says Shmois Parak Beis Pasuk Vav Vatiftach Vatereyu Asayeled. Vatereyu L'Chayra. It should have said Vatera Mibayli. What is it? Vatereyu. Amar B'Yosef B'Chanina Sharas Chinim. It saw the Shechina together with him. Let's Lashon Rab. Zaktin Gemara V'Hini Nar Boicha Karile Yeled V'Karile Nar. She called him. It says first Vatereyu Asayeled, and then it says Nar. What's the tool shyness? Tana hu yeled v'koilek a nar. He was a baby, but he sounded like a nar. Rabbi Yehuda Amar Nechemia Im Kenan, his koil was like a nar. Asiyasa l'Moshe ben Abalmom. L'chayr maybe it's Abalmom because he had a koil mashana. It was a different type of koil. And if it's a Levi, l'chayr should pass off avoid the shir in the Beis Hamikdash. Zakti Gemara Ella melamish asla imay chupas nuam bateva. That his mother made him. So Zak Gemara, this is what we call a nar. It's not pshat. It's koilek a nar. It's a different pshat. That his mother is called nar because his mother made him a chupas neurim. That she considered the tevo was like kind of like a it was a siman for avelus. The whole tevo was siman avelus angam nefesh because she said maybe I won't be zeich to be by his chuppah, and that was the derech to do for children that would die before this man. Zakting Amor, it says also in the pasuk in Shvois Vatachmat Lalav Sheh Rachmanas Nim and Torah Yaldi Ivrim Zeh. Mena Yada. How did she know it was Yaldi Ivrim? Rabbi Yisrael Bechanina Shara saw Isim Mal. She saw that he had a bris milah. Zeh. And also Zakting Amor, it says Zeh, and it does not say who. Rabbi Yecham and Lamish and Naba Shalem B'Daita. She had Nevius with Baspar had Nevius without her knowing. Because Zeh Neifel Ve'enach Neifel. There's a nevuah thrown into her mouth that said that this one falls in the ar, nobody else is going to fall into the ar, into the ar, because at that day, Xera to throw Tinokus into the ar was batal. Behind the Amar of Elazar, my dechsiv Yishai Perches Pasites Chiyemir Aleichem Dirshu Ala Oivois Velayidoinim. If the Umais tell you to darshan to the Oivis to ask Asidis Velayidoinim, and bringing in the bone of a chaya, which is called Yedua, and the about certain kishav that the bone talks, Hamatzafsim Vahamagim. And they say that so the Navi calls them Lashon Genai, degrading Lashon, Mitzafsim V'Amagim. They're just talking like birds, all these kishufs. So too it says Tzoifim Ve'enim De'am Atzoifim, the ones that they look in the stars and try to say I see this and see Samanim. They're seeing things but they don't know how to explain it. They don't know how to interpret it. Magim Ve'enim Yodim Amagim. They're just saying things, they don't know what they're saying. So Zaktin Gemara, Ro. Also in this case, the chayzim and the kechavim, the people that were looking in the stars, are trying to see the future. They saw Shemashin, they saw Mamayim like that. He's like Mamayim. Amdim goes to Kalabin Hayila Hayar Tashachu. So Mela, that's why they made the gezerah of Kalabin Hayila Hayar Tashachu. However, Zakti Gemara came to Shad Yua La Moshe. Once Moshe was thrown into the Ar, Amusulei Chasina Gahusamana. We don't see that siman anymore. Because as long as he was already Mushlach in the Ar, it was already done. And therefore, Batul Gezer Tire, they're Mvatul Gezer. However, Zakti Gemara, Behinan Yoidim, Shalmei Meriva, like that he was like, Moshe was going to be like with the water, but not here, only by the Meriva. Behind the Damar B'char B'chanina, Mai Dechsiv, this says by Middle Parachaf Azu Yigim Lahim Meriva Sharavu, and we darshan Hema, the Mayim that Sharoa Hema Sharoa Tzaninga Pare, that Moshe is going to be like all day the water. However, Vito, and when they made a mistake, they thought it would be by the Ya'ar. Behind the Kamar Moshe, that's what Moshe said. Middle Parachaf Al Pasuk Yadal Sheish Meis Elav Ragli Hamash Anoicha B'Kirbai. We darshan the word Ragli means because of me. That's Sheish Meis because of me, meaning Moshe Amala Moshe Yisrael B'Shvili, because of me, Nitzaltam Kulchem, you were all saved after I was thrown into the Ya'ar. Because at that time, that's when the mitzvah mevatel their gezerah. So merely you all saved because of me. That's what I'm saying. Because of this mice. Zakti Gemara, B'chanina Rapapa Amar, B'chanina Rapapa says, which day was Moshe Nitzel? Oisei Hayoim, that day, and Moshe was Nitzel from the Ya'ar, the Baspari, Esem Echem Nisan, Hayo was the 21st day Nisan. Amar Malach Hasharas from the Kadosh Baruch Hu, Malach Hasharas said for Hashem, Libana Shel Olam, Mishas Leim Ashira Hayam B'Yoim Zeh, the one that's going to say Shira on this day, after Kriyas Yamsuf, Yikol B'Yom Zeh should get hit with the water on this day. So that's why Machmas Litzchus, he was Nitzel. Rabbi Achar B'chanina Amar, Oisei Hayoyim, that Moshe was Nitzel from the Or, Shisha B'Sivan, of his 6 days Sivan. Amar Malach Hasharas from the Kadosh Baruch Hu, B'nei Shalom, Misha As L'Kal B'Terma, Harsina B'Yom Zeh, which was Moshe Rabbeinu B'Kal B'Terma, Harsina, Shisha B'Sivan, Yikol B'Yom Zeh, and that was Machmas Litzchus, he was Nitzel. Affecting the Gemara, Bishlam, Amar, it says B'Shisha B'Sivan, Mishkach Islam makes sense. Why Shloisha Yarchi? Because it was 3 months that he was that his mother hid him from the time he was born. He's born on the 7th day of Adar, and he died on the 7th day of Adar. That's 3 months plus Yarchi, so that makes sense. That his mother hid him 3 months, and then he went into then he was saved when he was put in on Shisha B'Sivan into the Yar. But Lamanda Amar Zak Gemara B'Esem Echem in Nisan, they was thrown into the Ya'ar on the 21st day Nisan. So how do you have 3 months where his mother hid him? Because he was born on the 7th day of Adar, and the next month, he's saying that Mandamar holds on the 21st day of Nisan, is you only have a month and a half that he was hidden. So Gemara Oisa Shana, that day was the month he was born, the year he was born, Mubarak, so it's every year. So you have Rubai Shel Rishon, you have Rav of the first month, which was the 7th day of Adar Rishon, and Rubai Shel Achroin, and you have the Rav of the second of the last month, from beginning of Nisan until 21st. And Tzai Shalom, the middle month, was full, so you have almost 3 months after Gemara. That would be Pshat, according to that Mandam. It says in Shmois Parak Beis Pasuk Zayim, I'll go call a woman that could breastfeed the child, Moshe Rabbeinu, from the Yidden. Why do you say Ivrius? I'll call him Mitzvahs Kulan. You see, they took Moshe to all the lady mitzvahs, and he would not breastfeed from them. Amar, why? Because Hashem said, Pasha Asal Dam Rashchina, Yinak Davar Tame. With a Moshe Rabbeinu's mouth, which is going to talk to the Shechina, could he eat a Davar Tame? Behind the Chsim, this is what it says in the this is what it says in the Pasuk, Yeshaya Perach of Ches Pasuk Tes, Esmi Yoredeya, Esmi Yavin Shmuel, Gemula Yechalav Atikim Eshadayim. So the Mi Yoredeya, or Mi Yavin, Shmuel, who's going to be Yavin, HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shmuel, Gemula Yechalav Atikim Eshadayim, to someone that was Gamal Atzmai, and not to be Yonik from a mitzvahs, and he was mafish himself from the Mishadayim, meaning from breastfeeding from mitzvahs. It says in the pasuk, Paraphrase pasuk Ches Shmois Vatayim LeVaspar Lechi Vatei Lecha Alma Tikrat Eim Hayod Amram Lazar. The word Ha'alma Malama Shahocha Bezrizas Ka'alma. You see that she went Bezrizas like an Alma. like a girl. Alma is a girl. Shmuel Menachmini Amar Ha'alma Shalima Sfara, that she did not tell Miriam, she did not tell Baspara that she was Moshe's sister and that she was bringing her mother. It says, Vatermila Baspara Helichis Hayal Dazeh Venikiuli Amar B'char B'chanina. This as she said Helichi, she was with Snaba, Ve'ini Yadas Manas Snaba, because it was thrown into her mouth to say the word Helichi, which is Mashmai Hashalichi. This is yours. So Baspari was telling her that it was hers, even though she didn't know it. Zakti Gemara, the Baspari told Yechev, Ani etene secharech. I'll even reward you, I'll pay you for feeding the child. It's not enough for tzaddikim that they get their Aveda back, just like Yechev got her son back from Baspari. They get scharim for it. So after Shiras Moshe Bnei Yisrael, after Kriyas Yamtov, it says Shmos Perek Tesvav Pasuk Chav Atikach Miriam Neviah Achoy Saharin Es HaToif Biyad. She took her instrument Vatitzena Kol Anashim Acharei Besugim Mecholos. So Zakti Gemara, why does it say Achoy Saharin? Was she only Achoy Saharim Le Achoy Moshe? Was she not the sister of Moshe? Zakti Gemara, Rav Amar Rab Nachman Rab, and Lamish Ahoysim Esnaba Kshehi Achoy Saharin. You see that she had nevuah when she was Achoy Saharin, which was even before Moshe was born. By Maris, which she would say in her nevuah, Asida Imi Shetela Bas Shemashia Es Yisrael, that my mother is going to have a son that Ketila Ben Shemashia Es Yisrael is going to say the Yedin became Shanela Moshe, and once Moshe was born, the whole house turned full of light. Amar Aviyah Shakal Rosh, so her father went and kissed her on the head. Amar, he told her, Beatin a scam nevuah as a nevuah was a scam. But once he was put into the Ur, Amar Aviyah Tfacha Al Rosh, he went and he gave her a little patch on the head. So Amar he told her, Biti Hecha nevuah Seich, where is your nevuah? And that's what it says in the pasuk that Miriam, his sister, stood in the distance. Let's see what's going to happen. So she wanted to see how it was going to play out the end of her nevuah. So that's what the pasuk is saying. That's why she stood there, specifically why Miriam stood there to watch, and out of her own heart, because she was the one that had the nevuah.